Welcome to Marion. We hope everyone is doing well. We are excited to be back with our team participating in our activities here at Marion USD 408. We want to continue to our participate and enjoy this time with our team in our school. We are asking for your help in making that possible. Please do your part in following our school guidelines for our event. Please maintain 6 feet social distance between family groups as often as possible. Please sit with your family unit. Please wear your mask while inside. Please do not gather in large groups after the game. Please wash your hands. Thank you for your support.
Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Warrior fans. This is Mike Towers here with mctv Marion Channel 20 on Eagle Cablevision and mctv20 live on YouTube. You just heard some words from the Marion High School student about proper conduct in this day and
welcome
time.
to Warrior Stadium.
And we'll now have our pregame game between the Marion Warriors and the Ell Saline, whatever they Cardinals. With me tonight are Roger Schroeder, Jeremiah Lang, who's on the camera.
Head Judge Ryan Rhodes,
kind of going to be our sideline guy.
Line Judge
And
Tony
Roger,
Lane,
what do you think about this Cardinals?
I read
Matthew
scouting reports,
Woodland,
the same ones that you have sitting in front of you. Talked with some of the Marion coaches, and in a way, almost disregarded a lot of it. Just so happy that these kids get an opportunity to compete tonight. I hope it continues through the year. They're a team that brings back some experience. Lost some key contributors from a pretty good team last year. I'm so excited for all of these kids on both teams, the Ell Saline team, the Marion team. Just excited they get a chance to do this tonight. I hope it continues. I hope tonight goes well. That's about the analysis that I have right now. Just really excited to watch a live football game.
Darren Neufeld was usually our sideline guy here at home, but sideline and no one could hear him. Back up here, Darren, what's your thought?
Well, you guys probably like it.
Well, I no doubt about it.
Well, hey, like Roger said,
We
check. Kind of there, but
not hearing Darren. It sounds like I'm hearing Darren from one of the televisions.
Once again, welcome to the 2020 season.
For those of you who are joining us either live streaming or on Sunday or Wednesday evening on cable channel 20, the first game of the season is always a little rough for us. We figure why prepare for the
Just wing it.
yeah.
Just wing it. I don't know that one has one, Gene.
Trying to find what sounds like volume coming out of one of our monitors here that's messing everyone up. Well, you saw the and Jeremiah, can you get the shot up above us here, straight out and high? I've got a couple of ultralight and then a one of those ultralight parachute things. I don't know what you call those. There are things that I do not want to ride on. Thank you very much.
That would be two of them for me.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
that's in the budget for the flyover at Marion High School.
That is the flyover, yes.
That's the
The air segment of the 4th Armored Division. And it looks like they're going to come back for another pass. Meanwhile, the Warriors take the field as the officials huddle at the 50-yard line, and they're going to work out their kinks as well.
Everybody's got kinks week one.
Especially on this week.
The more perfect you seem.
What?
Here we go as the Warriors will be kicking off. We'll be kicking to the north. Cardinals, pretty good football team last year, I believe, although they did lose quite a few people from a very good football team the year before. We were a little worried we weren't going to have Todd Palick tonight, but Todd suited up and out there. There's a kick, end over end kick, going to come down just outside of the 15-yard line, about the 17. Good tackle out there. I think that was Will Allivan. Wasn't that number 6?
That was correct. Will Allivan, good stop there.
So the Cardinals will be
TJ
setting up
Moore
on the
carry.
29-yard
Will
line.
Allivan on the tackle.
Their 29-yard line.
The 1st and 10 Cardinals.
Boy, the field looks beautiful. The school crew did a nice job of the field. Go ahead, Roger.
Well, Mr. Palick gets involved on the first snap. Tackle for a 1-yard gain on the Ell Saline ball carrier.
On the carry.
He's going to be a guy I know that his teammates are very excited to have in the lineup tonight. I know there was some question whether he'd be able to participate tonight. Good to see big old 56 there in the middle for the Warrior defense.
Just a 1-yard gain, and that'll set Ell Saline up with a 2nd and long.
Todd making the transition from a defensive line position to a linebacker position this year. He's a real athletic kid.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
I'm going to predict success. Uh-oh. Hard count. Drew the Warriors over.
Don't know if there was any movement prior to that, but that's the second time we've had a defensive lineman flinch on the initial cadence from the Ell Saline quarterback.
Well, I like the way the officials, he just turned around the other direction. I thought he was kind of walking off to the north there. That'll make it 2nd and about 4. Sure, Coach Kraft doesn't want to see us making mistakes this early in the season, but this early in the season is when you frequently make mistakes. Oh, nice cut to the outside by the running back. Corralled. Gets a couple.
I think that was Seth Lanning coming up from his free safety spot
Powell on the carry.
to make the stop. It looks like they're going to have a 3rd and short here.
Wait for him to move the
3rd and
marker. Yeah, 3rd and 1.
Great read.
Absolutely. To come crash and coming downhill like that.
Be a nice time to make a statement. This is a team that likes to run the ball. If the Warriors could hold here on a 3rd and 1.
Quick count.
And they do hold.
Yes, they do.
Wow.
That was big. Quade Williams blowing up the play in the backfield.
Quade blew it up, and then Alec
Cleaned it up. Yep.
TJ Moore on the carry. Todd Palick on the tackle.
Well, they gave him a pretty good spot. I thought he was a little further back, but even so, we went from 3rd and 1 to 4th and
1.5.
1.5. See what they do here. It looks like they're going to go for it. The scouting report did indicate the quarterback was one that could quick kick, just direct snap and try to catch you without anybody back to return.
Could look for another hard count here as well.
Oh. Did you see, did we get a replay on that? Watch the quarterback, Roger, on the replay, shove the ball carrier into the line. Oh.
Like an old school, Bush push from
Yeah.
the old USC days?
Exactly. Too late, Gina. We didn't.
Todd Palick on the tackle.
Yeah.
Well, the push led to a first down.
First down from the 40-yard line. It'll be first and 10 there. And I'm cutting out still like crazy. Roger, you may be doing this by yourself.
I didn't sign up for that. Oh, late pitch. Good pursuit by the Marion defense. Still able to gain, looks like 4 to 5 yards on that carry. Warriors did a good job stringing it out, just couldn't stuff it behind the line of scrimmage.
Trees on the carry.
Going to be a 5-yard
Jonathan
gain, so
Breeze
2nd
on
and
the
5. I was pleased to see the Warriors have 10 freshmen out for football this year. That's kind of turning it around after some dwindling numbers for a while.
That's a really good number. I know that we're hoping to get to the spring season because I think 8 or 9 of those kids are going to be baseball players for us as well. Really excited about that. That's a false start.
Darren, I don't know that you can hear Darren, but he mentioned that 2 of those freshmen are starting. Who are the starters, Darren?
Everyone, but the linebacker.
Jonathan Freeze is one of them, just a freshman.
Who didn't get to play much at all last year after a broken collarbone.
Yeah, Nathan Hoffner. I don't think they can hear Darren at all. We have to be his voice. Oh, good hit on the quarterback there. Nice job. That was Freeze that Darren was just talking about.
Young Jonathan Freeze there playing his responsibility for the pitch man and able to bring down the Ell Saline ball carrier. Going to bring up a 3rd and 8-ish.
The other one's 64. The other middle linebacker.
Trevor Schaefer's. Yep.
Okay, 64, Trevor Schaefer's playing linebacker. I don't even find him on my. Okay, yeah, there he is. 9 and.
Got a split number.
Yeah. 3rd and long. Be our first pass play. He gets hit as he puts up a duck. That's intercepted!
Great job by Will Alvin going up and high point in the football. Turnover for the Marion Warriors. Going to take over at their own 37. Almost works like a real short punt for Ell Saline though on a 3rd and long.
That's true.
Somebody came in. 2 freshmen I think were in the backfield because Schaefer's was on the left.
The Warriors set up in good field position at their own 32.
Yeah.
From the shotgun, Seth Lanning, the quarterback, with the handoff. Good running play. Going to pick up a good solid 5 to 6 yards.
Nice. Jake Hess, nice little hesitation there to be able to hit that hole, and then he turns it upfield immediately.
Jake Hess on the carry. And a couple Cardinals on the tackle.
We're going to call that a 6-yard gain. So 6 for Hess on his first carry of the season. Oh. Either the running back, tailback went the wrong side, or the quarterback turned the wrong direction.
Somebody thought it was going left, somebody thought it was going right, and vice versa for the other.
Seth Lanning on the carry. Caden Goddard on the tackle.
Short loss on the play, and Roger, I didn't catch that. If you want to,
Darren was saying Jack Lanning there on the tackle.
55 here on the end.
Oh, Class batted down. That was going to go out here to Jonathan Freeze. Jack Lanning is a freshman. He's only 155 pounds.
Pass batted down by Caden.
That's not a very big tackle. Yeah, and sometimes it's not. We've had some small linemen. I remember the Brookins boys. They weren't big either, but they were smart and they knew how to play their position.
Yep.
So 4th and 4, the Warriors will be punting. Good snap. Lanning gets away. Punt's going to take a little Marion roll. Roll dead at 26.
Just flip the field there a little bit. That was number 5, Ian Ingalls, with the punt.
Oh, it was? I'm sorry.
I think he's also handling kickoff duties as well.
So sorry to Ian's mom and dad and friends and relatives. 7 minutes to go in this first quarter. No score. Marion Warriors hosting the Ell Saline Cardinals. Another running play. And again, good contact at the line of scrimmage.
Number 8, Nathan Hoffner there was the initial contact to bring down the ball carrier.
Drees on the carry. Quade Williams on the tackle.
Yeah, Quade Williams also in on that. He did not have the first contact, but he cleaned it up.
Yeah, the Warriors doing a great job so far.
They are. Defensive line doing a good job of getting penetration, not getting too far out of their lanes.
Gain of about 1.5 yards on that. We'll call it 2nd and 8, long 8. Nice penetration there by the Warriors, forces the errant pass. Jake Hess was in on that quarterback.
Incomplete pass.
I think the first time we've seen Ell Saline under center tonight, and it was kind of a little sprint out style pass play.
The scouting report did indicate that we ought to expect a run-heavy team, and so far that's the case.
Yep.
Still down. We'll try it. Got around that left side, got some running room. And, makes a nice move there to avoid. Finally gets the tackle. Gets tackled inside the 20. Big play.
Yes, it was. Misdirection play. They faked a little dive play right in the middle from the initial. Seth Lanning here has the angle. Ell Saline ball carrier makes a nice move here once he gets to about the 40 to get an extra handful of yards. Get him down to the 20.
Whoop. We missed the tackle. I'm trying to get who got that tackle. I didn't see.
Whoever it was had really good effort on the play to track it down from the backside.
Potter's saying Albin on that tackle. So 1st and 10 from the 20 now. That run over the left side is going to pick up about 6 yards. 5 yards.
As soon as I mentioned that Ell Saline hadn't been under center, they've run 3 straight plays now from under center.
They'll show you.
Trevor Peterson on the carry.
2nd and 5. Warriors defense looking a little winded out there. They've been out literally the whole first quarter. We got 5 minutes to go in this quarter. And literally is not a correct statement because the offense was out there for 3 plays and a punt.
Option.
Quarterback keeps, comes around this direction. Good hit there by Lanning.
Yeah. Will Alvin on the edge got caught peeking at the play fake just a little bit, but did a good job in pursuit to slow him down and let his buddies clean up the tackle.
Warriors doing a little substitution. 60 Quade coming out. Going to catch a breather. Wouldn't be surprised if we went back in pretty quick if the Warriors hold for a play or two here. They're on the 3-yard line. 1st and goal.
Belly.
Yeah, that handoff got very little.
Good job. Looked like the ball might have come loose there at the end of the play.
And the Warriors ball. Take a look.
As they get caught up in traffic, the ball just kind of, and you might be able to see it here on the replay. Exchange looks good. Helmet on the football there, and there it comes. Bloop, bloop.
Yeah. Well, I thought perhaps you said helmet on the football. I thought perhaps Todd Palick had punched it out, but he didn't.
Palick was the first hit, and he didn't.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He did not. So the Warriors dodge a bullet. The offense now has 1st and 10 from the Warrior 2. Quarterback and the running back in the end zone. There's a handoff to that tailback.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he got out of the end zone.
He did not. That's a safety.
Yeah, that unfortunately not a good decision there by the tailback to start working east and west, needed to stay north and south there, and that's going to be 2 points for the Cardinals.
You know, you at that point as a running back, you've got to plant that outside foot and power upfield.
Yeah.
You know, you can't make a loop out of it or try to escape. You got to plant and cut.
No, there really can't be any looking to bounce or make an extra play there. It's got to be just try to get out of the shadow of your own goalpost there and get work in the right direction. Because unfortunately now you're putting your defense right back on the field again, and a lot of these kids are going both ways.
They are.
So
that's true.
But it's easier when you get to be maybe the aggressor on offense. You know where you're going. You're not chasing somebody there. The energy you spend is a little bit different in a way.
It is. You hear people say that on occasion. Well, hey, they're all out there the same amount of time, whether it's the offense against the defense or vice versa. But you're the guy reacting to the other guy's action.
Absolutely.
It's a little harder.
So while we have some time, probably a good time to mention our first quarter. If I don't cut out, we have Eagle Communications, Prairieland Partners, and Marion National Bank. Those are our first quarter sponsors. Thank you to those businesses.
We will regroup at halftime. You will have a screen showing the field or showing something because of the live streaming. We will stay on the air. At least as far as our picture goes. And we'll see if we can't get Darren. We missed Darren.
I'm here.
Well, Darren's here. He's kind of like a spirit. We haven't decided whether he's an evil spirit or a nice spirit yet. Whereas because of the safety, they give up 2 points. And then they have a choice. They can punt or kick off. They'll be kicking off from the 20.
You know, I think I heard something last night, Mike, reading one of the varsity Kansas or something. The first football game was played last night. And I believe the first score of that game, first high school football game in Kansas, was a safety.
Seriously?
Yes. Don't remember which game it was, came across it.
Here's what's going to be really cool is if we find out tomorrow morning that every game in the state, the first score was a safety. Now, then you'd have something. End over in.
Ball's on the ground.
Yep. That handled real well. Picks it up, though. Warriors need to close off that. There we go. Take him out of bounds. Went out of bounds at the 47 or so. All things considered, that's okay.
Exception. Jake Hess on the tackle. The Ell Saline ball, 48.
I'm going to put it on the 48-yard line. This, obviously, the crowd in the stands tonight is not what you would expect on the first game of a season, but with limitations and people concerned about health reasons, there are a lot of people spread out in the old stands on the south end and down along we got people tailgating and pickups down the far end. And here we go. Oh, had him in the backfield. He manages to fall forward. He's still going to lose 3 yards.
He's only going to lose 3, had a chance to lose about 8. Ian Ingles with the job not there to break up the play.
Roger got me so fascinated by the people with lawn chairs in the back of the pickup trucks down there.
I wasn't here, Mike. That's where I would be.
If I wasn't here, I'd be over there.
Get real philosophical.
You got a little Yogi Berra there.
Yeah.
Oh.
2nd and 13.
Oh,
it's got a little misdirection there. It's a nice gain. It is still going to be 3rd down, but it'll be 3rd and short. Halleck on the tackle.
And there from the Cardinals.
That 28 was the same guy.
That broke off the long one.
Yeah.
3rd and 2. I'm going to go on the record right now and say, Gene, tomorrow morning we need to order some new microphones.
And pack.
And
whatever the issue is, let's buy things to fix it.
Jeremiah needs new pants too.
Pants?
Oh, and that right up the middle. It's going to be about a 5-yard gain, and that's plenty to get that first and down. First and 10.
Yeah, we can take it out of Schroeder's winter coat, but
Wait a minute. It's not. We don't need to take drastic measures.
Well, what if we borrowed some money from some of the minor sports to help fund the broadcast crew for the major sports?
there you go. Yeah, that'd be wise.
I won't sign off on that either.
All right, first and 10 from the 39-yard line. Cardinals looking to stand on that 2-point lead.
Oh,
Straight ahead, the power move's going to pick up.
It was basically a glorified quarterback sneak.
Yeah,
He
picked
saw
up 6 yards.
he saw a soft spot right in the middle, and I don't believe that was the called play, but it worked out for a gain of 6.
TJ Moracle on the carry.
Merkel's
Williams.
the quarterback is a 6-foot, 190-pound center.
senior.
Senior?
Did I say center?
He said center.
Yeah, he is. He's a
He
center
was
and the
following.
quarterback.
He was following the center.
Senior.
Dive.
Oh, nice lunge at the end by the runner. Almost got him the first down, but the Warriors did hold.
Eli Hopkins. on the
TJ
carry.
Moracle, he's
Tackled
got
by
an
the
older
heavily
brother
nosed
who,
Warriors.
remembering back a couple years ago, about 5-6 years ago, was Evan Moracle, All-State lineman. Really good.
See that a lot in these smaller communities where you just get name after name. I mean, we had the Heidebrecht year after year.
So that's how some of these feel about college.
Yeah.
3rd and 1. Boy, there should have been a flag. That quarterback flinched. Oh, nice job back there by Jake. Yes.
TJ Moracle.
Did a good job there playing his responsibility. He had the quarterback there, didn't go for the dive on the play fake, stayed with his responsibility and made a big play for the Warrior defense.
I think I'm right that Hess didn't play football. He's a senior. I don't think he played football until last year.
Last year, I think, was his first year.
He's really progressed.
I don't even know if he played back. I'm not sure.
hurt. Grandpa knows.
Grandpa back here knows.
Yeah.
Get him started.
I think what's happened in the last 2 years is he's quit listening to what Grandpa tells him. And he's made amazing progress. For those that don't know, Gene is
That's the end of the first quarter. I'd like to thank our first quarter sponsors, Prairie Land Partners and Marion National Bank.
okay. Let's let Darren talk for a while.
Well, I'm going to hope this mic works. Oh, no, don't. Let's. Well, first quarter under play. Now, I never would have guessed. You had told me at the end of the first quarter it's going to be. Ell Saline has had a rich history of scoring a lot of points in games. Warrior defense has done a great job at coming right up in the line and smashing. So they have made they've been able to move the ball a little bit here, but ultimately, with the exception of 2 long plays, the Warrior defense has done a great job at holding them and stopping them, even causing a lot of losses.
Yeah. We've had one really, really big play. Didn't result in points. It was the next possession where the Warriors got the safety. But
and we have 2 turnovers.
Yep.
We've collected a fumble and an interception. We have not turned the ball over. Yep. We did give up a safety, but all in all, at the end of one quarter, I'm pretty happy with the Warriors have done so far.
Absolutely.
You just got to get the offense.
Absolutely. Without one of your senior leaders as well, and Braden Mercer not with the team this week. I obviously you want a better first quarter than that, but all things considered, I think you take it and you try to use the positives now and then work into the second quarter.
Yeah, just got to
you'll
keep
notice
the defense going and figure out a way to get the offense to follow suit.
And we got to get offensive plays on our end to be able to try to find some sort of groove. We've ran 5 plays.
I think 5.
3 and out, punt.
3 and out, and didn't we get 2 plays on that next possession?
I think it was just one. I think it was just one down on the
goal.
So 4 plays, 5 if you count the punt.
Okay. You may have noticed that this is St. Luke Hospital Quarterly Report, which is appropriate. We're taking all of our equipment to St. Luke Hospital tomorrow. And if that doesn't work, we're going to take him to Jeremiah Lang's house to see if he has healing hands.
Exorcism.
Yeah, exorcism. Well, I was looking at it a little You're coming from the other direction.
I just called all this equipment was mothballed for 9 months.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, our equipment gets beaten up, being drug around, lugged up into scaffolding and stands and such. All right.
It was hit by COVID.
See who that is?
Yeah, it's got the virus. 4th and 8 for the Cardinals. Ball on the Warrior 37. Warriors need to hold here.
Hey, that should be a flag.
They had 12 men
on the
formation.
field in the formation. That should be a flag. I don't know why they didn't get one.
Warriors put on good pressure. Oh, nice job out there.
Seth Lanning did a great job. He got himself a little out of position, but was able to make a good leap and a swat to knock down the pass.
Look at the hit the quarterback takes as he releases here. 2 Warriors come in on him.
Nice clean hit.
And the nice thing about what Lanning did, he knocked it down, not only making sure that they weren't going to get it, but there's no reason to try to pick that ball off because it's 4th down.
Yeah.
That was, a 30-yard gain.
I think Ell Saline there, the way that they ran that play, it was throw it as far as you can. If you catch it, great. If they knock it down, If they intercept it, even better.
I was a little worried that Seth may have put himself in a position but where he couldn't get high enough to get it, but he did what he needed to do, and it's a Warrior 1st down now. Hand off to Hess is going to go for about 3. So the Warriors will
Jake Hess on the carry.
have a 2nd down and 7 to go.
Yeah, the question just came up back here. Gene was just asking, there is a halftime show tonight. The Warrior dance team will be performing at halftime.
So we will cover the halftime show with the Warrior dance team. There's a rumor that Jeremiah Lang may be joining them. We'll see. That only a rumor.
I quit.
Another handoff in the backfield, and boy, there's just nothing there for Hess on that one.
I'll tell you, Mike, my agents can come conversation. We haven't
Hess on the carry. Eli Hopkins.
Well, they've had a lot of success with that stupid show, The Masked Singer. Maybe you're going to be the masked dancer. Pull your underwear over your head. All right, Warriors with a 3rd and 7. Warriors with a 3rd and 7, and again, I said this earlier, we need to pick up a 1st down. Roger's right. We just need to run some offensive plays and got to develop a bit of a rhythm there, both the blockers and the other positions.
Well, Marion has so many new faces on the field. You look at this. You've got probably five guys on the whole team that had any playing time last year. So it's not, you're trying to develop a rhythm not only in this game but season.
Yep.
A lot of these kids have not taken live snaps until tonight.
And some of those guys that did get some playing time last year, I think, are in somewhat different positions this year than they were playing.
Yep.
I know when we see Mercer back, he actually is playing slot this year.
Yep. He
instead of tailback.
moved out to wide receiver. Jake Hess and Nathan Hoffner playing more of the running back, tailback role. Yep.
So Seth is one of the few guys that's probably in the same position.
And he only played half of the season at quarterback last year. So
Palick, I guess, is probably in the same position. Well,
on offense, on defense, he changed. But yeah, no, you're right. There's just a lot of newness to everything. This group.
Our officiating crew is hydrating, baby. I mean, they've taken that stuff serious.
A couple of the other players just kind of wanted to throw out there and mention that I kind of see. I know Anderson Waddell. He's stepped in at center this year. The junior. So, Wade Williams. Got Niles Olson, junior, one of the wideouts.
One of only 3 juniors on the roster.
grew up in Abilene yesterday for cross country. Woman cat says, "Is anybody here from the high school, Marion High School?" Well, we kind of, yeah. And I have this bag, Anderson Waddell, that
Oh, that he needs.
somebody give this to Anderson Waddell. I'm sure we can find someone.
Doubt he's running cross country, but you never know.
We mentioned Trevor Schaefer's earlier. He is also, I realize he's also the starting left guard. So you actually have two freshmen on the starting left side of the line. So, that's huge. And then you got Quaid over on the right side.
Landing to pass. It's complete.
That's going to be enough for the first down.
Nice.
Nice little pitch and catch there to Ian Ingalls to pick up the first down.
That was
They're
a nice
moving the
pass by
chains.
Lanning. That actually it didn't float.
Nope.
It got there quick.
No,
And Ian
that's
was
how
in
you
a
throw a
position to
little
get it.
dig route is throw it on the line.
Take another look at it here, I think.
An instant replay. Right on the face mask.
I was glad to see Ingalls not try to, sometimes you give a little and try to curve around. I'm glad he just turned up.
He ran that route extremely well to the sticks, and that was his purpose.
Hess, he dodged
Ran into the back of one of his own linemen.
and got by the tackler who was back there and managed to pick up a yard and a half, maybe two.
Jack Lanning got blown up on the play and right back into the lap of Jake Hess, but he was able to get forward and gain a solid 2 yards.
Beautiful night. There is a little bit of wind.
You say that about Jack, but you said what's he weighing in at 150?
157,
Yeah,
something
he's
like
up
that.
against 240.
Yeah.
So he no matter how.
Oh!
Boy, that's a long throw from the opposite hash. That's only about a 5-yard route, but you're throwing that ball a long ways to the other side of the field.
Jack can be good, but when you give up 80 pounds,
That's a tall
you're
order.
Going to get blown up.
Yeah.
Yeah, 155 is what they got Jack listed at, and come on.
Yeah, and the defensive end he's going up against is 240.
Yeah. So after the almost nice completion, Warriors will be facing a 3rd and 8. That's their first down of the evening on this play.
Screen.
A screen play. That's to Hess. Oh, he's got the first down.
Yeah.
Gene, run this as long as you can. Run it as long as you can.
Great job.
Well, they did not recognize that screen at all.
And the ball was completed beyond the line of scrimmage. Trying to think of how that worked, if there was possibly an eligible receiver or
5
something
yards.
like that.
No,
Within how long?
they have 5 yards.
Okay.
Flag's going to be after the play.
I think so
Yeah.
too.
I think it was that-
after Jake was down, he stood up and then he got tackled.
Then he got tackled.
Yeah.
It wasn't a dirty hit or a cheap shot. I don't know if the player didn't realize he had gone down or
Never
what.
seen an official stand so far apart.
And you can watch at the end here. They're going to pick up the flag.
Oh,
Yeah.
Personal violation.
Okay. So they're calling a foul on the Warriors for having an illegal lineman
watch-
downfield.
But when you watch the replay, they were at the 5-yard mark, so they were not.
I think that 5 yards might be a little on the generous side. I think you'd be within a yard of the line of scrimmage kind of thing. I don't know.
But they're going to mark it back 5 yards against the Warriors. Then for the late hit against the Cardinals, they're going to mark 15 back the other
Because
direction.
that's technically dead ball foul.
Yep.
So it's after the conclusion of the play. So you take the 5 yards back, march the 15 forward, automatic first down.
And the Warriors, either way, take the play, take the penalties. We got a first down. We're in their territory. Nice little drive going here. Back to pass landing. Gets it away. Oh! Nathan Hoffner had that one.
Yeah. Seth did a good job there of recognizing his check down when the play kind of broke down on him and had Nathan in the flat. Threw a little bit high, but that's one you'd probably like to see your guys come down with.
Well, the thing is, had he caught it, it would have been a 1 or 2 yard gain.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's a good positive thing to catch a ball like that. In hindsight, it's not like we lost 7, 8 yards or first down.
Darren obviously isn't factoring in the moves that Nathan was going to put on after.
If he could have stayed on his feet.
I was going to say he was going down.
If he could have stayed on his feet, maybe.
All right, 2nd and 10. Land keeps. Seth cuts to the outside. Ooh, gets hit pretty hard around the knees. He's going to get about 3. He's okay.
Seth Lanning on the carry. Peyton Powell, attack.
So 3rd and 7 from the 37 of the Cardinals.
Be interesting to see if the Warriors maybe go back to the screen again. They had it set up and executed it very well.
They will sometimes.
Yeah, that's got to be something that Coach Kraft's going to put in his back pocket.
Yeah, exactly. Are all 5 defensive linemen going to fall for it next time? We hope so.
All right. Important 3rd down play here. The Warriors hand off the head, straight ahead, gets a yard.
That tells me that I think they had 2 plays called there, one on 3rd down with the intention of calling for something to go for it on 4th down. I think if they were thinking they were going to try to pick it up on 3rd down, they would have maybe tried to throw the ball there, but
the Warriors have 2 timeouts left. I'm sorry, the Warriors have 3 timeouts left. Cardinals use one.
No, they use
vice versa. Yeah, Warriors used one.
Okay. I was right in the first place. Should have shut up. 4th and 5. Quarterback keeper. Is he going to throw? Yes, he gets the ball all the way down the sideline. Oh, it's picked off. Man's down.
You know, that, again, similar to what we spoke about on the last Ell Saline possession, it works out like a punt.
Really, it does, yeah.
That was a nice little run-pass option that they were able to work there. You see receivers are in routes.
Seth had an opening, though. He might have been able to come close to that first down himself.
Yeah.
Tell
you what, that was pretty nice. Rolling to his left. He's right-handed.
Yeah.
Rolling to your left, throwing with the right hand. Isn't that easy? He put that ball pretty much on the receiver.
Tough.
Where the receiver was compared to the defense, hindsight, he should have lofted it even further to the end zone because our guy was behind.
That is true.
And if you watch, if we get a chance to watch the replay, or if you can go back, if you're watching the stream, is both receivers kind of quit their route for a second because they thought Seth was taking off to run, and when they realized he was pulling the ball back to pass, then they restarted their route.
Running play by the Cardinals going to pick up 5 yards.
Keenan Drees on the carry.
Number 28, Keenan Drees, is a senior running back.
He was slow getting up.
Yes, he was. I think both of these teams, it's not particularly hot. It's actually a great September football evening, but nevertheless, it's not 40 degrees either.
No, and the first game out, this is the first time that these kids will play a full-length game. You know, they probably had scrimmages last week that were very controlled.
Yes. Another handoff's going to get a yard.
Looked like Quade Williams in the middle of that.
I'm bringing up a long 3, about 3.5.
Big old Quade Williams is a sophomore at 6'2", 295. His dad was a football player for the Warriors back in the mid-'90s. His dad was a running back, but he was a big running back. I'm going to call this 3rd and 3. I wanted to call it 4, but we'll have to be honest.
Big play here for the Warriors. I don't think you're going to see Ell Saline go for it on 4th down here. Be nice to get a good stop here on 3rd down.
Quarterback keeps. Warriors have good pressure. Oh, he just doesn't go down, and he's going to get the first down, gets the ball out to the 24-yard line.
And the Warriors had that play strung out and blown up, and just nobody could bring the quarterback down.
So that was really, the Warriors played it defensively pretty darn well, everything except the tackle part.
Yep.
That's a good hard run by the quarterback number 3, Moracle.
Darren, 3 yards of the line of scrimmage on a forward pass play. Just
Then the referees made the right call.
Yeah.
They were all at 5.
there was one that was way down.
And off for the running back. Oh, big hit put on by Seth Lanning. He bounces back and then comes forward. Going to get a nice gain on that, about 8 yards. No, I'm sorry. I see the spot. About 6 yards.
Seth brought the boom, but didn't bring the arms.
Got to wrap up.
Got to wrap up.
But that running back's having to leave the game. He was holding his right arm.
That was a good stick.
Yeah, that running back's headed towards the trainer. He's on the ground now. Good hit by his.
Leave the arms at home, Seth.
Oh, big hole.
Oh,
It'd be a nice run landing with the tackle, but it's going to get a first down and about 5 yards more.
Warriors just need to find a way to not let them score here before half.
Yep.
Yeah, if we go in at 2-0.
the soccer game?
I think
Yeah.
that was
No,
I think
baseball.
that was the other running back's brother. Same last name.
Oh. Again, the hard count. The Warriors will give up a first down and 4 yards more.
The announcer's curse.
It is, isn't it?
Mention his name and boom.
Now he has to come out. Poor kid.
What you've done, Mike?
It's all your fault.
I do. I feel so guilty. I'm gonna go home and eat popcorn.
That you didn't buy here.
I did not buy here. That's correct. All right, that puts the ball in Warrior territory. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Warrior 48. Quick pass out in the flat.
Little bubble screen. Oh boy.
Nice play. Warriors stop him after a gain of 8. Nice gain. That really fired up the crowd over on the visitor side.
Yeah, the comeback block, I think, is what they're hooping and hollering about.
Okay.
I mean, you can
Jonathan
be excited
Freeze.
about earhole and a freshman. That's cool.
Jonathan Freeze kind of got lit up there. But
Yeah.
There's nothing he could have done about it. I mean, he was the way that play developed, and
That's exactly when they run that little bubble screen that way. The other receivers are taught to work back towards the ball, and unfortunately,
the only thing you can hope for is that he hits him in the back, where
Yep.
it's a penalty on him.
Yep.
You know, that's the only way.
that was awfully clean, unfortunately.
Gain of 7 on that. 2nd and 3. Shotgun snap. Quarterback keeps. Again, hitting the backfield, runs through the tackle. He's going to be just shy, I believe, of the first down.
Slippery.
TJ Moracle on the carry.
Strong
Tackle.
and slippery.
Strong and
Wow. We
slippery.
got a good spot there because the quarterback actually ended up another yard down the field, and I don't think he ever went down. So we'll take that spot because now it's going to be 3rd and 1.
Well, I called
North
him
and
down, and I think once I do that, the officials have to honor that, don't they? Isn't that like an inadvertent whistle or something?
Well, the scoreboard shows 4th down. The flag on the field is
I believe
third.
it's
third.
It's third
It's
down.
third down.
Handoff's
There's
going to
the
get a
first.
first down a lot more. Get the ball down to the 30. You can see 1:14 to go in the first half here.
Ed Ruiz, the carry.
Colin James. No.
Tackle.
Yeah, Colin James checking in for the Warriors.
I'm out.
Timeout on the field.
Ell Saline, their first short timeout half. We will extend the timeout for heat and humidity.
They're going to extend this timeout for heat and humidity, so I'm going to give you some heat and some humidity.
I'm going to hydrate.
For those who joined us late, we got a 2-0 score. We'll get to that, Raj. Thank you. 2-0 score. It's been a close game so far. The Ell Saline team went ahead with a double by Moracle, and who stole 3rd. And then it didn't matter. He was brought in on the home run by Keenan Drees. So Warriors so far are
Wait,
hitting
now
us.
you really got the look of the live audience at home confused, Mike.
Roger wanted to talk about sponsors. Gino, have you been putting those on the screen, my man? Or Gene's on his
Gene's got it.
phone on Facebook.
Yeah, he's
on silver singles is what he's on.
He's ordering microphones.
Speaking of microphones, I will say that somebody watching our YouTube broadcast sent me a message, middle of the first quarter when we were kind of throwing a fit about our microphones. And that someone is Kevin Burkholder. He owns J&K Car Wash, and he's going to make a donation to Gene Winkler to buy new microphones.
Very good.
Kevin's at home watching the broadcast tonight. So thank you, Kevin Burkholder, if you're still watching and if you can hear us.
Here's what I think. I think poor Kevin Burkholder just had a random thought while watching a bunch of idiots live stream. And now Schroeder.
Whoa, wait, yeah, come on now.
Schroeder has called him out for all 12 people that are watching.
I didn't call him out. I made sure that it was okay with him that he was mentioned. And
you did?
Yeah, I
Okay.
did.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Well,
So anybody else watching would like to.
Exactly.
If anybody else wants to be mentioned by Roger.
I'm a plug guy, you know.
Product placement.
Oh, yeah, that's not all real hair?
All right, first down from the 30-yard line. Held back with a nice. He runs through several tackles. He's going to get 7 yards on that.
The whole point of you throwing it to me, though, is because we do need to mention our second quarter sponsors.
Yes, we do.
They are Triple R Hauling, Shelter Insurance, and Curie Real Estate. Thank you to those businesses.
So the question becomes, can the Warriors hold on here for 53 seconds? Well, it's less than that now as the clock flex down.
Tick, tick, tick.
And go in 2-0 and kind of regroup a little bit.
Ball into 24.
And we're going to have another timeout called by Ell Saline.
Ell Saline, this is their second charge timeout.
Wow, that was a really late. If you're going to call timeout, why burn they burnt
close to 10 seconds.
Yeah, I say 10 or 12 seconds.
Because when they broke the huddle, they were at about 48 or 47 seconds.
Exactly. Go ahead and run that play unless you like the play you called. Go ahead and run that play and then call it.
Yep. Because now you're down to 1.
You're down to 1. It's still second down. You're at 24. Didn't gain you a lot. We're still getting the flyovers.
Yeah, the Bolivian Air Force is still here.
I was just going to call it the Marion Reconnaissance.
Okay, that'd be fine.
That's a single-wing bomber, Mike.
You know, they used to have the biplanes in World War I, but basically they flew over and they threw out a bomb.
Yeah, chucked out a grenade.
Yeah.
That's about what it was. Maybe they got some water doubloons to hit the crowd with.
All right, it'll be 2nd and 4. 38 seconds to go, and I do think, what do I know, but it seems like psychologically for the Warriors to not give up a late score would be huge.
It would be.
Going back just a little bit, we talked about the crackback block on the bubble screen, and one of my sources has told me that is an emphasis in high school football now, blocks going against the grain, coming back towards the line of scrimmage, and that should have been a flag.
Quarterback under pressure. He's going to get around the end now. Runs out of bounds on the 15. That's really interesting, Roger. I didn't say anything, but what I was thinking when you were talking about that earlier, here's another look at that play, is that is a point of emphasis in the pros. The old crack back, which used to be the most fun thing about playing defense in the defensive backfield, if you could come back on somebody.
Or on you always see it on like an interception, where you got guys changing direction.
Exactly right.
My favorite was the punt return.
Punt return when you're the first guy down on the wall. Yeah, I mean, that's just you're looking to hit somebody and make them look out their ear hole. But that's a point of emphasis to not do that anymore.
From the 15-yard line, quarterback's going to pass out in the flat. Nice hit and a gain about 5 yards, maybe more like 7.
We're down under 20 seconds now. Ell Saline with just one timeout
they got
left.
one left.
Gabe Roach on the carry.
Yeah, he called it. So he's going to have.
Just call this timeout, and that's going to be timely. You see a lot of Warriors out there on the knee or with their hands on their knees.
Yeah, this has been an interesting call here for Ell Saline because if they don't get the first down, clock's still running. It's going to be tough to get another play off.
I think if you're calling plays for the Cardinals, and I hope they don't listen to me, I think you throw a ball to the end zone. If you're going to do anything, you're throwing the ball to the end zone.
Actually, throw to the flat. Throw to the flat for about a 3 or 4 yard completion, and then I'll try to hook down picked up.
Yep.
Because you're going to be looking for.
Yeah. And remember, in high school ball, to our thousands of listeners out there, the clock does stop on a first down. High school and college
until it's set.
I'm sorry.
Until the ball becomes
to
set.
move the chains.
Yep.
When the chains are moved, they start it up again.
Yep.
And if your team needs the time to run off the clock, the officials do it quickly. If your team wants to,
right.
they just drag it out forever.
With it being second down here, if you're not a team that kicks field goals, you've got your second down play, your third down play, and your fourth down play. So you've got 3 plays in 12 seconds. If you run those all to the end zone, I don't know if you can get them all off in time.
They have to be quick passes.
Yep.
They have to be just a quick little jump pass.
Little quick
right
fade
up,
to
right
the
up.
pylon.
Not an up in the air deep.
Yeah.
The scouting report does indicate that their field goal and point after touchdown, their kicker, is a good kicker. Not average, not poor, but good. So I suppose a field goal from this distance might not be impossible for them.
I'd say he has the wind at his back, but it's a short field goal. It wouldn't matter anyway, and it's almost off the right completely anyway.
And we're going to go here. Quarterback looking to pass, going to put it out here in the flat. Make the tackle. Oh, that hurts.
Touchdown, Cardinals.
They found some success with that little bubble screen play here in the second quarter, especially. I think that's the 3rd time that they've run it now, all for positive yards.
So that'll put them up 8-0. See if the Warriors can keep it at 1 score deficit.
They're going to kick the extra point.
Haven't seen much of that in the last few years. Push it off to the right. Oh, the bad. Oh, it is blocked. That was the holder didn't place that ball very well.
No.
Can we see that again, Gene?
Probably
Okay,
not.
We cannot see it again.
The snap came back on the ground.
Yes.
The holder was lucky to actually get it set.
Okay, fair enough. Bottom line is it was not set and ready to go for the kicker. 4 seconds. All we need is to run the kickoff back.
I think what you'll see here is a little squib kick right down the middle of the field. If there is any time, Warriors probably take a knee or run a little dive play. They're going to get to the half down 8-0. Considering the way that the first quarter especially went, where we ran 4 offensive plays, to be down 1 score essentially after that, really not all bad.
Not bad at all. Well, we got a minute here. I want to thank Danny Maddox and Jay Smith. Those guys were part of our crew for a long, long time. And Jay was on the road, at home. He was everywhere. And at times he was sick as a dog and still climbing scaffolding and helping us with great camera work. And over the years, Danny became just kind of the yin to Jay's yang when it came to camera work. So I want to thank both those guys. They have hung up their spurs, their cameras, their tripod. They've hung up their tripod. But we appreciated them a lot. One of our best fans, if you will, people who always watched, was Jay's mom. I hope we don't lose her just because we lost Jay. All right, here's the kick.
Squib kick.
Yep, exactly what you called. Pick it up. Oh, come on.
Yeah. No time ran off.
Yeah.
His knees were on the ground when he touched it, so it's a dead ball.
Like calling for a fair catch kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yep.
Warriors will have 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Basically one play.
Actually, I think that was Miles Olson. Smartest play he could have done is have his knees on the ground when he touched the ball, because even if he fumbled it like that, it's still a dead ball.
Which he kind of did, but then covered it right back up.
Scoop it up like a shortstop and run it 90 yards the other direction. take a knee, and we'll go to halftime. Darren, you want to wrap us up with a quick
Sure.
St.
Okay,
Luke
so
Hospital report?
well, you guys pretty much touched on it just right there. You know, you look at what the Warriors weren't really able to get a good roll going on the offensive side. You know, we picked up a few first downs, a few yards, pushed into the down into their end zone or towards area zone there. They had that interception down towards the goal line, but from a defensive standpoint, they've only let them score one time, and it was with 12 seconds to go in this the open half. So all in all, when you take a look at this, I think it's a very good start to this Warrior season. Keep the defense playing just like it did in the first half, and when we go into this third quarter, Warriors Coach Kraft need to find a way to get some ground game going and keep up with those little short passes and some aerial attack. And I think Warriors, if they can get some points on the board, I think might have a shot in this game.
Halftime, the Marion Warrior Give it up for your Warrior dance team.
That was a Marion Warrior dance team. We'll be back for the second half in just a few moments. We are back, getting ready to have our second half kickoff. See what the Warriors came up with during that half. They weren't a defeated bunch left field. They were a disappointed bunch. Hopefully, Coach got them fired back up. And in that regard, I think we miss Coach Metro just a little bit. He's good for the fire up.
He sure is. You know, he coaches alongside me during the spring, during baseball season, and I have to reel that guy in. But he's a great motivator of young men. And I know he had some words via some maybe a voice message or somebody running a message for him down to the locker room at half. So hopefully that message got across, and guys can make some adjustments as they move into the second half.
So he's like a hero in the old stories about, you know, famous players and stuff that from the hospital bed called in the winning play. That's what Metro's doing right now.
They're going to win one for the Metro tonight.
Metro. That's a Subway somewhere, isn't it?
In England, right?
Okay, there we go. Let's get going. What are we waiting on here? Clock's been set, ready to go
They're
forever.
just waiting for you to tell them to go ahead, Mike.
All right, Mr. and Mrs. Warrior fan, the Warriors should take the field. Here we go.
Except we should be receiving.
Hey, Chance Schultz was the only one of the whole team that was right. Wasn't going to call him out when I thought he was the only one that was going the wrong direction, but I'll give him credit when I find out the only one going the correct. But it's a nice night.
Are you saying the Schultzes don't usually typically get the direction correct?
I'm not saying that at all, and his grandma might come up and beat the heck out of you. Here's the kick. Warriors will have possession first to start the second half. That's a nice kick. It's going to come down at the 7-yard line. A little fumble. It's picked up and hit immediately. So Engel goes down.
That should have been a flag. Did you see that? 21 shoved Alvin way after the play.
Mr. Powell was fired up on his tackle and did a little John and some pushing there at the end. We don't like that. We don't like that.
Replay. We'll see if Gene cut it off before it ended, or.
I mean, he made a shoestring tackle, and then he's going to tell everybody about it. I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell you.
And then I'm going to come back and tell the
ball. I'm
ball
going to push you. Oh, we didn't get there. We don't like that, Mike. We don't like
First and 10 for the Warriors from the 14. The pass. And down the sideline. Joe, just long. They sent Alvin streaking down this near sideline, but that was about 5 yards too deep.
I like the idea of taking a shot. You know, they showed some signs throwing the football a little bit in the second quarter. So I like the idea of going to the air right there, try to get a big play to start the drive.
You know, or in the first half, we did a couple little short passes. Ingles, I think, caught one out in the flat. Once you've done that long one time, that flat was wide open because the linebackers had actually collapsed, safety in both.
You kind of soften them back up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. By showing that you're willing to take that shot, you can kind of soften them back up again.
Hoffner entered the ball game, and Miles Olson came out. Oh, turned the wrong direction. Lane's going to have to make something out of nothing. Maybe a loss on the play.
Seth Lanning.
Third and 13 now. Second time we've seen that, and we have no way of knowing whether the QB's turning the wrong direction or the running back's going the wrong. Generally, when that happens, it's running. But can't say.
I don't know if you want to pull it out of your pocket right now, but not a terrible time to dial up that screen play again.
Screen again. High school level, those kind of, I don't know if you call it a trick play, but those kind of plays, I think, great. Hand off to Hess. He's going to go over that left side, gain a couple yards. Warriors will be punting.
Well, we have a little bit of a lull in the action. We'll get to our third quarter sponsors, which are the MHS
Jake
Pack,
Hess on the carry.
Carlson's
Eli Hoffman.
Grocery, and Marion County Ace Hardware.
Cardinals drop one man back deep, receive the punt.
I hope they don't count because we have 12 men on the field.
Punt's going to go out of bounds here. Come mark it off.
What? Wait, why do you?
Why'd he run past it? What are you saying?
Because he's going to the spot, but I mean, he was at the spot when it went out of bounds there.
He's doing it by the book.
Yep, he ran past it.
You know what he should do by the book is call that crackback block that they didn't call.
He ran past the spot, then he very carefully
Tell me about calling it by the book.
marches back to it.
Am I on? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
I
That was our chance, Mike. We
I
could have
know.
said
yeah,
no.
good. Yeah. Good.
Just no, you don't say no. No, I can't hear you. All right, 1st and 10 on the Warrior 34. So great field position for the Cardinals here to start the second half. Oh, hit right at the line of scrimmage.
That was Schaefer's.
Very, very nice job by the linebacker there cleaning up the play.
That's freshman Schaefer.
Yep. Talked with one of the defensive coaches who is not on the field tonight, and he said they were going to make some adjustments with some of their alignments on the line, which would correspond then to the second level of defense with the linebackers. At least looks like on one play that might have been a good adjustment that they made at half.
Schaefer's again is number 64 out there, one of the freshmen we've talked about. A really nice hit on that play. 2nd and 10. No gain. Oh. That'll give them 5, and I want that quarterback jersey.
No, actually, the near side guy, false start. They called a false start. The left tackle jumped.
All right.
Yeah, Mr. By the Book guy got one right.
Well, then he needs to make that quarterback tuck in his shirt.
Good call. You know what, though? It's something else to grab onto on our end, though. Make him tuck it in on defense.
Kind of tight, though. I don't know if you could get it. All right, 2nd and 15. So that time the Warriors didn't shoot themselves in the foot. A nice run. Going to pick up 10 yards. They'll be 3rd down. 3rd and 5.
Ruiz on the carry. Todd Palick.
We're listening to Warriors coaches in the luxury booth right next to ours, and the one that's up here and then radioing down to the field, and he's quite animated. Hand off. Yeah, he's got the first down, I think.
Going to be close.
Yeah, I think they're going to. The near guy's going to give it to him.
On the carry. Todd Palick on the tackle.
Yep, they're going to call it good, move the chain. Gene Winkler says he was 2 inches short, and Gene does have a great vantage point. Can't even see the field. All right. Right back up to the line of scrimmage here. Hand off again. Time short gain.
They're going to run that till we stop it.
Yeah.
Well, that time
the quarterback's going to pull it.
I was going to say that time Jake
Obed Ruiz.
that time Jake stayed with the running back
Jake
instead of
Hess.
sticking with the quarterback. So guaranteed this next time Morkel's going to keep it and go out around the end if Hess fight then again.
Marion called a timeout.
The first Tampa State Bank timeout called by the Warriors in the second half.
Their first starts out of half.
So, Roger, what interesting thing do you have to tell us?
About?
Yeah.
I mean, about what? I've got all kinds of. All I have are interesting things.
Is that right?
No, that's not right.
What can you tell me about Jeremiah Lang? He's doing a Jay Smith impersonation tonight because he came up here wearing what I would call thongs, but I think you would call flip-flops.
No, they're not not thongs. They're flip-flops. They're sandals.
Well, why aren't they thongs? They were thongs before they were anything else.
Women wear thongs.
It's become something other than footwear.
I guess men can wear thongs too, but they don't wear them on their feet. That's what I'm saying.
Come on.
You could, I guess.
Here, one question. We'll move on. Are you speaking from personal?
No, not at all. I just.
Okay.
I would assume.
For those who don't, Roger is from California, Northern California.
No,
for the freaky people.
No, I'm from Fresno, California. Yeah. That's like right in the middle of the state.
Well known as being Northern California.
People are watching.
Yes, well, somebody is, maybe like 3 people, but they are into social media because they're texting. All right, so the Warriors, not saying anything that is particularly brilliant here, but 8:09 to go in this third quarter. The Warriors fail by a score. Don't want to go down 2 scores. Quarterback going to pass to the end zone. Man's wide open. That's overthrown.
Lanning made a break on him late, but if that ball would have been on cue, he wouldn't have got it. So that was, I'm glad they overthrew that one.
That was intended for Keenan Drees. That's the running back that has had a couple of nice long runs.
Yeah, the other thing is he came out of the tailback position. Somebody should have lit him up coming through the line, and he never should have been able to make it down the field.
Going to split a receiver out on the right side. One guy in the slot. Right side. Quarterback keep. Hit. Good hit. Gang tackling by the Warriors. Going to bring up 4th down. Waiting for him to move the chains, but looks like, we're going to call that 3rd and a short 4.
4th and 4.
I think we'll go with 4th.
Yeah, 4th and a short 4. I was really focusing on how far they had to go.
Yeah, it's a darn good thing we have this picture-in-picture going up here so everybody can see what's really going on with the distance and downs.
I'm going to tell you right now, what I'm telling you is more accurate than what they put up there.
Be careful, the door's open.
I know, I've been watching. Quarterback going to roll left, try to throw, and he's brought down. There's a flag.
That's going to be a holding.
I don't think that's anything the Warriors want any part of. They'll decline that penalty.
Take over the ball and downs. Great defense by the Warriors.
Confirmed. We got another watcher on.
Holding number 55 to the offense.
All right, there's the holding call, so the Warriors will decline. Great job by this defense.
There was 2 Warriors busted in on that play and had them see. No, Gene didn't have to replay.
Yeah, one made the tackle and one drew a hold. I mean,
exactly. You can't draw it up any better than that. Turn them over on downs, 4th down. Warriors going to take over on their 21, 22.
Now the Warriors just need to do something on offense. Obviously, a scoring drive would be fantastic, but we need to at least flip the field. Get the ball down here to at least the opponent's 40, and we'll see what happens.
Hess is checked out, and it looked like Hoffner's in at tailback.
Hand off to Hoffner. Not much there. Really nothing there. Warriors again, Roger. You mentioned it earlier that they had a little spark that looked like on the passing game. No fire, but some sparks.
No, got some sparks, and it's just been really tough to get anything going on the ground. The offensive line really hasn't been able to get a push so far tonight, but I don't think it's something that you completely abandon.
No, can't do that.
You can't
do that. Oh, ball's on the ground. That was a very low snap. It hit Lanning in the foot. We just got word that Jay Smith that he is wearing flip-flops at the moment.
He was here earlier.
Yeah, he was sitting down here below us.
So what do you call the ones that are just a strap that goes across like
Slides. I don't own a pair, but that's what they're called.
Well, I do, and I think they're quite stylish. Here we go, landing back to pass. Out here, too high. Intended for Ingles and just over his hands.
That was a nice play call. He would have caught the ball about 2 yards shy of first down with a chance to maybe try to fall forward and pick it up.
So 4th and 13. Warriors are going to kick the ball, as one would expect.
Punt team.
You know, we have made those passes tonight, and the thing to kind of think about or look at is the fact that other than the one interception, Seth hasn't put it to any place where it's going to be a pick.
No.
I mean, if our guy doesn't catch it,
nobody's catching it. And that was another tough throw. You're throwing all the way across the field. They weren't let it roll. They weren't quite at the far hash, but they were on that half of the field, and you're throwing all the way over here towards the numbers. That's a long throw to ask Seth to make. And if that's what's open, then that's what you've got to throw. But it'd be nice to get something near the hashes that he can complete. Maybe try to get something going up the seam instead of.
We haven't tried to go in up the seam at all, and not saying that it's open, but we haven't thrown to the middle of the field.
No, everything's been out to the side.
Sometimes you overthrow, go long, or whatever. You sometimes go to the middle, just kind of like going long. It's going to open stuff up.
Ingles with the punt gets the ball out to the Warriors 44, but he did not do what I hoped, which he needed to be, as I said, flipping the field and making Ell Saline have a lot of yardage in front of them. As it is, they've got 44 yards. That's going to be a timeout called by the Cardinals. It'll be their first timeout of the second.
They were getting ready to have a delay a game.
We have a new sponsor this year. It's Gene. Are you going to put that new sponsor on? What quarter are you putting them up on? Next quarter? Okay, well, we'll say that. That's a big secret.
We got a new one tonight, too.
Well, we did. You did that yourself. You're out there begging for help. Gene, and you know what Gene said? Gene said, take his money and you're using the same damn equipment we gave you last time.
Kevin, if you're still watching, he did not say that.
I'm not in those words, baby.
Got it.
Now we're still at 8-0, which was our halftime score. And I got to say that I get it. Sometimes I get so Pollyanna. But you got a lot of young players out there, and a lot of players that maybe they are upperclassmen, but that are inexperienced. I feel like there's a lot of good things we've seen so far, and I'm not giving up on winning the game.
No.
But
well, and this is going to be it's a unique season because we're in 2A with a 6-team district, and I think 2 of those, if I remember right, look at the schedule, 2 of those 6 teams are league teams. The other 4 were playing outside our district against teams that traditionally have had decent programs, good years. So it's going to be an interesting season for us.
And just a team right now, missing a key senior player, Braden Mercer tonight. One of the guys that does have some experience is not on the field with you.
And off to the tailback again, he gets 3. Yeah, if there's ever a time that your upperclassmen are at their peak in terms of importance, it's probably in the first 2-3 games of the year. Not that they're not very important thereafter, but that leadership early, that's a big difference.
Absolutely. Mike, I have a request from one of our viewers that wants to know who Pollyanna is.
Look it up. Look it up.
I'm working.
Oh, you social media people,
I'm
look
working.
it up.
I'm working.
Gargle it.
Gargle it. Oh.
Make sure you have your mask on when you do.
Big hit.
Nice hit by Lanning coming up from the safety.
Lanning and Palick together, I think. Let's see that, Gino.
Picked up, 2-3 yards was all?
Yes.
3rd and 5.
That was a smack, baby.
You could hear it up here in the booth.
Lanning's kind of got that free safety coming up smacking running back.
You know what? If you're going to have to come down and make a tackle,
Yeah.
you might as well come
Make a
downhill
hard
and do
one.
it 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Until they throw over the top of you.
Well, coming down to make the tackle. Play your responsibility first, of course.
3rd and 5. Everybody in tight, both teams.
Sweep. Sweep.
Yeah. Sweep around the right side. You got it.
Oh, they're going to mark him short.
They're going to mark
They
him
are
short.
great.
Nice.
Hess with the
Saline's-
carry.
Hess
Who's
with-
down
yeah,
on the
Hess.
field for the Warriors?
Uh-oh.
Big boy.
That's,
Who is that?
Reichel,
It's a lineman.
Quaid.
Is that William?
Jake Hess on the tackle.
Might be
Yes.
Quaid Williams,
It's
number
Quaid.
60.
It is Quaid. He was in the interior line.
We had it, but then we didn't.
Great stop on the outside by Hess.
It was a great stop.
It looked like he just kind of got bent in a weird direction there.
Looked like maybe they double teamed him.
Yeah.
He's rolled over now, so that's a good sign. Because otherwise, he really hadn't moved since he initially went down.
It almost has to be a lower leg.
Now they're taking his helmet off, so it's not a neck turn at all.
But like I said, Hess on the outside got back. I thought they were going to get that sweep first down easy.
Yes, I totally agree with you. That
And
was
Hess made a great effort to get back out there, catch him, and then get him stopped before he picked up the first down.
really
So,
did.
What, 4th and 1?
4th and 1.
And you got to think they're going for it in plus territory.
They'd go for it in minus territory.
All right, Williams is getting up now.
Or they'd run one of those hard counts.
Walking fine, so.
He's worked hard tonight. You can see that jersey's soaked.
Yeah, you're right. There's been a lot of effort put forth by some players we haven't seen in past years, new players into this starting varsity role. And so far, everybody's put forth a good effort tonight.
Wait again, just a sophomore. Oh, we're going to get a sneak peek at our new sponsor. Okay, now, folks, rewind that and then frame advance, and you can see who the new sponsor was. Oh, there it was again. We're going to get them with subliminals. That's what that is.
Let's just hope they don't need to use it.
That's a very good point. All right, 4th and 1. Big play here. Up. Quarterback Snake's going to get it easy. Ooh. Great line surge by the Cardinals.
Yeah, that right there with Quaid out hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, Quaid's a big body right in the middle, and
yeah,
I think it was either D or DJ was in. I didn't catch which number was out, but
it was D.
Okay, he was out there, but better to have two of those big bodies trying to plug those holes.
Yeah,
quarterback's big enough, he just right over the top.
I saw D go in, but I was afraid to say it for fear something bad would happen, and I'd be accused of cursing him again, jinxing him.
Take the sweep.
Yeah, and just a really nice job of running through traffic there. It's going to get 9 yards. Colin James, another sophomore, 214, going into the game.
Obed Ruiz on the carry.
And D. Smith comes out. Coming down here to the latter stages of the third quarter. Warriors need something good to happen.
Sweep.
Good. That's a good defensive play.
It was a good defensive play. The second contact there almost looked like the ball wanted to fight loose for a second.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah,
it was Palick that hit him, and I thought, oh, maybe get lucky.
He kind of got spun around, and I don't think was quite ready for that second stick that he got.
Too bad it wouldn't have, because we might have had a shot to pick it up and get some grass under our feet.
We got third and about the length of a football here. Last time that quarterback sneak worked well. do that, or would you
It
just hand off? I was going to say get tricky and throw a pass here, but
looked like the defensive tackle almost ran right by the ball carrier, thinking that the quarterback had the.
you went away for a minute.
I think I'm back.
You're back. You're back. So that'll bring up first down, 17-yard line of the Warriors. Warriors defense has really hung on tonight. This is not a bad Ell Saline team. This young defense just giving everything they've got.
Wait.
Oh.
Hoffner got him turned back in, and then there wasn't anything there to.
He wasn't able to wrap him up, and there were no buddies coming to clean it up.
Nathan Hoffner, another sophomore.
Tackled by.
He was in the right position, just couldn't make the tackle, but he did turn him back inside, which is part of his job. Now number 75 coming in is DJ Smith, 5'11", 259, junior. Trying to get some heft on that offensive line, or defense. Quarterback's going to keep it and take it outside. Oh! Dives for the end zone, and he got it.
Touchdown, Ell Saline.
Looked like we had a chance to make that play and just couldn't get the quarterback to the ground.
We got another Warrior down. And the helmet's off. Hurt on the backside of the whole play.
Yeah. I noticed the Ell Saline player, I don't know if it was a player maybe that hit him or something, because he was standing over him as if he were concerned. Did you get that play that we could review it, you know?
Scoring play. All scoring plays should be able to be reviewed.
Yeah. If it's a scoring, if it looks like it's going to score, Gene, click away. Click away. Because the league rules require that scoring plays be on tape or video, or video of some sort. So both teams getting a little bit of a breather here.
I'm trying to figure out who's down. Is it Alvin? It might be.
It looks bigger than that.
Oh,
I mean, Will's not a small guy, but
I'm trying to see what number's
maybe it
missing
is
out of the huddle here.
Yeah.
I see a 5, I see a 7, and I see a 2. 3. Oh, there's Salvin 6, so it's not him.
5.
Manning.
What about Palak? I don't see Palak out there. Might be Palak down. Nope. Who's it? 60. Oh, it's
That's Trevor Schaefer's.
Trevor Schaefer's.
Okay. Well, I looked down at Palak's parents, and Jackie wasn't there, so I thought, uh-oh, she's headed for the field.
Oh, there's Palak. He was just sitting on the ground in the middle of the huddle. Like, where the heck's Palak?
I think Jackie Palak knows the rules, which is moms do not run down on the field when their baby is just a rule.
She's been to enough of these games where I
Yeah.
don't think that would be her response. Yeah,
Well,
I don't know if he got his bell rung, got a shoulder stinger or something. We weren't able to see it.
Unfortunately, now we're going to have 2 of the starters sitting here on the training table.
Yeah, got Trevor Schaefer.
Quaid's still sitting there.
Quaid Williams. Schaefer's has played well tonight. Warriors, with those 10 freshmen and being able to get playing time out of them, have more numbers than I anticipated they were have. We had talked in the past about this freshman class being hopefully the start of a build towards more numbers on the football team. And the freshmen have so far lived up to the billing. I don't have any idea what this year's 8th grade class is like.
You know, we were at the volleyball game at Inman, and I know the quarterback for the middle school team is Wayner, and we were with his mom at the volleyball, and she was giving us updates. And I know at halftime it was still 0-0, but I didn't catch it after that. 22-6 was the final.
6. They scored 1.
Kick. Good.
No,
Is
It
good.
is.
Extra point
So
is good.
15-0.
in answer
Cardinals
to your other
lead.
part of your question, I don't know how many are on the middle. I didn't ask that question. Bodies they have.
You know, that's the thing though. When you're in a smaller school, if you've got five or six boys, talking football, not talking other sports, you got 5 or 6 boys in each class who have a little bit of athleticism or a little bit of want to. As Roy Williams says, want to.
Want to.
You know, that's going to give you a solid core of 20, 24 kids, and that's not a lot. But if you have that as a core and can rely on it, you can play 11-man football.
You can.
Well, especially in 2A.
Yeah.
Or even 1A. You know, when we're in 1A, that's
Yeah.
huge.
That is, you get down into the low 20s, you start to teeter
You do.
because
Absolutely.
you can't even run a full scrimmage. You got to run like sides. You got to run. Okay, we're going to run the left side, then we're going to run the right
And
side.
a couple of injuries that take somebody out for 2 or 3 games,
Right.
it puts you in real peril.
Yeah, yeah. You're a failed test and a rolled ankle away from being really.
But if you can count on 5 or 6, and then you get that class with 10, then you get you know, because you're getting to count all 4 of those classes, not just count them but use them. Well, the Warriors wanting to do something offensively, back to receive another kickoff. Ingalls and Alabin deep. It's been a long third quarter. I didn't miss it. This isn't the fourth quarter, is it? Did I miss anything?
This third quarter still. 45
I
seconds
didn't
left.
have like a little stroke or something.
Oh, we're not sure on it. We can't answer that for sure.
Oh boy.
To pick it up after kind of.
That was a pretty good collision there.
I think Ingles is going to have a bruise on his. Was that Ingles or was
Yeah,
that?
no, that was
Ingles?
Ian. Yes.
He may have a bruise on his sternum, and he wakes up in the morning.
Well, let's see how the Warriors offense operates now without 2 starting offensive linemen. Got 2 of them sitting down here being evaluated by the trainers.
Ball's resting nose of it just on the 16-yard line. Warriors will be in 1st and 10 there. If Lanning can get something going with this offensive squad. The pitch, it's behind Hess. Hess is going to fall on it. It'll be the Warriors' ball, but inside the 5.
Seth made a great fake, and then when after he knew that the guy was coming back at him, he did make a good pitch, but it just behind the ball runner or the back.
Yeah, the Warriors have just been playing from behind the chains, it seems like, on offense almost the entire night.
The second half.
Second half for sure.
I'm not sure. Are we really going to try to get this play off or go ahead and.
No, I bet we'll end up marching down to the other end.
Okay, that'll be the
Pitch to the
end of the third quarter. And we will take up the fourth quarter of the game. And this is the St. Luke Hospital Quarterly Report brought to you by St. Luke Hospital. Amazingly, that worked out really well. What a coincidence. And they're in Newfield. Take it home.
Yeah, they did pick up another score in that quarter right towards the end. Well, the defense played a very good game tonight. I think they're finally getting to the point, though. You've seen the last drive or 2 where we're starting to get worn down a little bit.
Well, and you got 2 big defensive linemen sitting down on the bench right now.
A linebacker and a lineman.
Linebacker and a lineman.
And so, you can tell we're getting a little beat up, a little bit worn down. Offensively, maybe that's starting to show there too, where we're just, we weren't getting a lot of blocks early on. Now everything's happening on our side of the ball in the backfield. So, still, I think there's right now, go down, sustain a drive, even 6, 7, 8 minutes, down and get a score. I think they're going to have to mix it up a little bit. Not going to be able to run inside the tackle like they have.
Seeing that was the St. Luke Hospital Quarterly Report. Now, Gino, are you going to just put up the fourth quarter sponsors now, or are they just going to pop up from time to time through the fourth? Right now, Roger's going to read them off
We have there's our new one. Mike, you want to introduce our new one?
Darren and I thought it was Jazel Megley.
Okay.
And Gene says it's McGee or something.
Okay.
McGill. So.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I asked.
Yeah.
And
that is a brand new sponsor.
All right.
It's my neighbor. We'll just say my neighbor is sponsoring the game.
Darren's neighbor. And then we also have Marion Dye and Fixture, Edward Jones Investment, and Ludwig Truck Line. Also, a good time to mention our Warrior sponsors, Gambino Pizza, Marion Auto Supply, and Security First Title Company.
Yeah, we'd really like to. Well, play.
We're back, 2nd and 21. Hand off the back, right up the middle. Is going to get the ball out. I think he got across the 10. He did.
I'd like to thank all our sponsors for sticking with us through this potentially unknown year and unknown season.
Underwood.
We'll do everything we can to get these games out to all the fans that don't want to take the risk to come out here themselves. So that includes, if you happen to be following our MCTV20 Live this past week, 2 of the volleyball matches from home were broadcast. And most of the schools are doing that too. So a lot of times you can pick up our away volleyball games on the opposing schools, either YouTube or however they're broadcast.
If you happen to be watching one of our broadcasts on YouTube, spread the word. Hit Facebook and let people know, because that's how my wife found out last night about the Warrior volleyball girls being on.
Yeah, heartbreaking loss last night for the volleyball in the 3rd match against Inman. Come right down to the wire, lost an extra point. Still have had a good start to the season for the volleyball squad. They'll actually be in action Tuesday night at Remington. So I have not heard yet from our AD. Usually he gets the word out to everybody if there's going to be a broadcast from the the other school. Don't know yet if Remington will be a broadcast. And then our next matches will be here at home for Spike Fest that following Saturday, a week tomorrow.
Gotcha. So far, the volleyball girls have played on TV every single match they've had.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Awesome.
And Spike Fest, just for everybody's information, how they're going to be doing those. There'll still be 8 teams coming here to Marion for Spike Fest, but they're going to run it as 2 individual quads. So 4 teams will be playing in the elementary and 4 teams in the SAC.
Does Marion get to play in the SAC?
Jason's in charge of it, so they better. Unlike the league tournament last year, yes.
Sorry.
And so then at the end of those quads, unlike past years, the pools will not mix. So it'll be over once the quads are done. There'll still be 3 games on tap for that Saturday for the Warriors.
The Warriors actually called that time to avoid a too much time penalty. When they have a 3rd and 20, they try to send Hess around that right side. Hess runs really hard, but there's just not much there. He's going to gain a few.
Jake Hess on the carry. Eric Phelps on the tackle.
Well, if you
Be 4th down.
he kept his legs going, he picked up positive yards.
They had literally 3 guys waiting for Hess, but it got around that corner. So our Warriors will be punting from their own end zone. Waiting for number 70, Colin James, to get off the field. Ready to punt. Line drive, end over end. Takes a skip, gets out to the 44. Oh, nice straight arm there by the ball carrier. That was Hess that he straight armed. Hess actually did kind of ride him out of bounds there.
Yeah, he stayed with the play there and did ride the returner out of bounds at about the 25. I think they're going to mark it.
Yep. So next week the Warriors will be on the road at Douglas, and we will switch to the A team. As
you weren't. I wasn't. I was going to say the B team. I was going to say that.
You and I know what the truth. You got to feed him a little.
Just wait till next week's broadcast.
I will be watching.
That's good. You can watch all you want to, because you will have no opportunity for a live rebuttal.
We're keeping the broadcast interesting.
Everybody in tight.
Sweep.
Handoff, sweep around that left side. Got a lot of running room.
Oh.
Lanning takes him out. Gets inside the 10, though. Jeremiah Lang and Darren Neufeld will be your announcers next week. And the lovely
First and goal.
Gene Winkler
Ell
will be
Saline.
running the camera on the road, I believe.
Hopefully the Warriors can build off, and this game's not done, but next week hopefully they can use some of the positives that we've seen tonight to use. I haven't seen a scouting report yet on that Douglas team, but hopefully it's a game that we can go down there and compete well in.
As Darren was saying earlier, Douglas is a school you think of for having a good sports team, but never know. First and goal from the 9. Force the quarterback to belly back, and he's going to end up picking up about 5 yards.
TJ Moore.
Yeah, you can just see the difference in body language right now between the two teams. Ell Saline, they're running downhill, they're finishing plays, and the Warriors, they look like they've.
You talked about that crackback block. There was another one right there. It wasn't a huge crackback block, but if you're following the letter of what you mentioned,
Well, this
earlier,
is Mr. By the Book over here.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If you're following the letter of what
skipped
you
that
said,
page.
then technically, that's going to close to one of those calls.
Yeah. That one wasn't nearly as violent looking, though, so maybe that's why I didn't get all fired up about it. I don't know. That's a broken play.
That's a broken play. Looked like he wanted to throw, and now he's going to try to run it, and he powers it into the end zone.
Touchdown, Ell Saline.
So why do you hate this one official so much? Did he steal your girlfriend or something?
No, I have a wife.
Well, before you had a wife, you were just a strapping young buck, California, out here wooing the Midwest girls.
I don't know. We're calling him Mr. By the Book, but he didn't call the crackback block, so that's what I'm going with. He's probably a really nice man.
Probably is. Another low snap. Oh, nice kick. That he missed. That looked good to me.
He pushed it right. It was right.
Okay. Well,
now that I see it, the ball's landed in the shadow of the scoreboard out there, so that's well right of the.
Well, but the wind's pushing it that way.
It is.
That's why it missed.
We're taking a lot of wind.
Ta-da!
The official underneath this side, he looked up and immediately signaled.
Yeah.
Those are taller than some that we go to.
What is wrong with you?
Is that you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just
sounded like it was like inside my head. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, it might be inside your head.
I finished my water and I was crushing the bottle in a manly fashion.
Crush water in a manly fashion.
Crush water. Water fears me. Yeah, you got to see me with a red Solo cup. A beast. 32, as you can see from your screen. I don't like having it on the screen because sometimes the only thing I have to say is score and the time.
Well,
what's going?
Gene will help you out. He got rid of it for you.
You can put it back up, Gene. People may want to know how long this misery has to do in. By misery, I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about the broadcast. Nice kick. Taken cleanly at the 15-yard line.
Run.
Nice run. Brings the ball back out to the 35. 20-yard gain on the return.
Good job by Will Allen there, finding a little bit of a seam, getting the ball up to 34, 35-yard line.
Oh, is that
right?
Yeah.
Best field position of the half. I think you're right.
Both of the injured Warriors that were sitting down on the bench earlier in the third quarter are up, but neither one, I believe, has a helmet or has a helmet in their possession.
I think you're correct.
They-
They've got both their helmets underneath the bench, so
Yeah, that's a good. It's not a good sign, but it's a sign. Nice pass. Alvin took a jump at it, broke it up so it wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, say he almost played more defensive back there and gave it a swat.
It's a good looking throw though. It had a little off target, but I tell you that was a nice pass.
And there was a reason it was a little off target. He
Yeah,
had a
Seth-
defensive
yeah.
lineman in his belly as he was
did.
delivering that.
he did a good job to stick with it and get the pass off that he did.
Here in the landing broadcast area, we have a beautiful view of the pretty lights of roundabout. Please enjoy that. You didn't know.
Easily impressed.
Asking, try to get around that right side. They are all there. He's going to pick up 3 yards.
Flag behind the play.
On the play.
Usually going to mean holding.
Okay, the official in the black hat that's involved in the conversation needs to tuck his shirt tail in.
I was going to ask you.
Sure,
I saw
please.
that, and I wondered if you were going to mention that along with the
bet.
player.
Foul on the play, no foul.
A foul. Pick up the flag.
Third down.
I don't know. Can they hear Jeremiah? I can't hardly hear him. But are people,
I'm hearing him a little bit, so you can
Okay.
kind of hear him.
you know, the cameraman is supposed to be respectful of the talent.
When's the talent here?
You and I, Roger.
Oh, I knew. Joke. Very bad one.
Sorry. You're a little smarter than I thought you were, I guess.
Oh.
All right, 3rd and 6 for the Warriors. Love to see him keep the drive alive, get something going here. Oh, Hess does a nice job of avoiding that first guy, but it's powered under after that. It's going to be a short loss on the play. It'll be
Tackled by
4th down.
7 of the Ell Saline
Yeah.
Cardinals there on the play.
Very tackle. Hands front line.
That's about the way to
press
sum that
box
one up.
announcer just said tackled by the Ell Saline line. Warriors are gonna punt it away here. Their own 38-yard line. 4th long. Just the right decision.
Nice
But,
punt. Good
yeah.
Marion roll.
Punted it away from the return man. Took a good roll. Going to die on the 27. We were talking about young guys getting a lot of playing time with the 2
First
young
and
guys
10,
that got
Ell Saline.
injured. That ended up
Ball
having a lot of
27.
other young guys being run in there. Colin James, a sophomore, entered the game. One thing, Roger, that between the sophomores and the freshmen, there are some kids with size.
There are.
They're not, they're not little scrawny freshmen. They're sophomores. Of them.
This will be 2 good classes that continue to push through. Once this senior class leaves, there's a very small junior class behind them.
Oh, that's going to be a penalty, face mask penalty.
And he's still talking. Throw another flag. Oh, yeah.
Did they send him to the sideline? I think. I don't think they kicked him out of the game, did they?
Should have. Sorry. If you're an Ell Saline fan and you're watching, I like you guys very much, but kid needed to go.
Yes.
When you give the ref that kind of attitude.
That's what I mean.
I mean, earlier in the game, he gave that attitude to some of our kids.
And you know what? Sometimes you get caught up in the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
But when you give the ref that attitude,
gotta go.
I'm sorry. Which
you
which
can
player
do that.
was it?
You can do that in the 8. It was Grease.
Okay.
You can do that in the NBA, but you can't do that in high school football.
Go start the bus.
Clearly, there was a face mask penalty against the Warriors. Looked like, of course, like conduct cap against the Cardinals.
There's a lot of flags on the
There are flags all over the field.
2 fouls on the play. We have a personal foul, 15-yard face mask against the defense. That'll be marked off from the end of the run. That's the play. We have unsportsmanlike conduct, number 28 of the offense. That penalty would be marked off. It'll be a first down for Ell Saline. That is the first penalty in the sequence for disqualification for number 28.
Okay, so he's not kicked out, but they just gave him warning.
That's his yellow card.
Yeah, that's his yellow card if you're a soccer fan.
That's a warning.
And actually, if you're the Ell Saline coach at this point, you tell him to take his helmet off and set.
Yeah.
Because if you even run the chance of him picking up another penalty like that, he's gone for next week.
Not to mention that you need to make a point. So the result of all that is a ball on the 31-yard line, first down for Ell Saline. And off again. They've done well. Another big hit by landing at the end of that play.
That was a decleater there.
It certainly was. Nice little run by the back, but holy moly.
Tackled by.
And we can't watch it again.
It's not good when the director is not listening to you, Roger. I think he's sending you a message.
I think he cut.
I can hear you.
He cut my headphones then.
Oh, quarterback was dead in the backfield. He manages to scramble out. He's going to pick up the first down.
TJ Oracle on the carry.
Oracle, the quarterback, a good athlete. He's made a big difference for Ell Saline tonight. And Dries, number 28, the back, who's shown a little bit of a hothead, but pretty good football player. Here we go, first down from the 37. Sorry, that's not the 37, 40. Scoreboard says 37. Be a gain of 2.
Obed Ruiz. Carry.
Get the ball out to the 49. Yeah, but note, that's 49. Maybe the 48. Maybe. Not the 47.
At the 46.
Still second step.
He did. Scared.
See, check. Look, see.
All right, second down and 8. Everybody moved. Everybody. Both sides of the ball. That's going to be procedure penalty against
Head ball.
offense.
Offense. 5-yard. Big play.
To some extent, guys, we have devolved into ugly here in the second and 12. Yeah. Next week, check in with us if you're not going to Douglas, mctv20live, YouTube. Darren and Jeremiah will give you the call. Gene will give you the pick.
Ruiz, the carry.
Freak substitution for the Warriors here on defense. And they're going to get the first down. I think that was Dries with the carry. Little bit surprised that with a 21-0 score and 3 minutes and some seconds left in the game that we haven't more substitutions.
I'm not surprised. I won't say why.
No, I concur with that statement. Historically, watching their teams,
I'm not surprised, and I will not elaborate.
Warriors had too many men on the field. One of the linemen was hustling, trying to get off, didn't make it. Okay, maybe they'll huddle up and have offsetting penalties. That'd be okay.
Still got to announce it here.
Here we go.
Got an illegal motion. We have 12 men on the field. Defense. Offset. Replay the damage.
Motion. That's a
Extra
great
attack.
idea. One of those innovative new rules. You can start the XFL or something. Put that in.
You mean restart the XFL?
Restart.
All
right, 1st and 10 from the Warrior 42. And nice play. That's
yes, chest and down.
Brings Moracle down.
On the carry.
About a 2-yard loss.
That was a play here. You can watch Jake not give up on the play and chase down the quarterback. Doesn't grab him by the back of the neck. Horse collar style tackle. Yeah. Great job.
Very tempting to just try to grab the.
Yeah.
Second 12. And where we go. Hand off. No, that's the pitch, the outside.
That was Lanning again, coming up to push him out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
Even pushes out of bounds hard.
And flying downhill with a purpose.
Pad popping down there.
This is another one of those strange years because of all the district alignments. But going to the 6-team alignment in 2A, like I mentioned, we actually have 2 other league schools in our district. But then
3rd and 12. Oh, no. Oh, she is short. It'll bring up 4th down.
So 2 of the schools in the league play 8-man, and 4 of the league schools are in 1A. So that's why there's a real disparity this year in who's going to play who in the league. It's a very short league season.
So, Mr. Computer, let me ask you this. So are you saying if we win those 2 league games, we're the champion?
I'm saying that if you could beat Ell Saline tonight in the other league game, which is Hutch Trinity.
Oh, no.
There's Hutch Trinity, Sterling, and Ell Saline are the 3 league games we play. If you'd have won those 3, yes, you could claim a shot at or a portion of the league title.
What you saw there, folks, was a group of kids that just still got a lot to learn. There was just a big scrum of people around that ball carrier. Everybody kind of thought he was down, and he wasn't down.
And a lot of times that type of play gets blown dead.
It does, absolutely.
And not to defend them, but in a way I do want to defend them, and that they assumed that play was dead, but you don't want to assume anything.
Every coach says it.
Play till the whistle. Absolutely.
Play to the whistle.
I think you're seeing kids now that if they weren't tired when we were talking about them being tired not that long ago, they are tired now. A lot of kids for a lot of different snaps throughout the night.
Yeah, Jason Bina, who's been the Warrior trainer for ever and ever, had his work cut out for him tonight. It seems like he's got some lieutenants with him this year. I don't know if those are students or who those.
Tori Schultz,
okay.
recent Marion High School grad.
Okay, but she's got the official uniform on.
She's a PT PT or athletic training major
Okay.
at K-State.
Then there was a young man with the same garb on who I think they had taken someone to the locker room. Do you know who he was?
I don't. I think you're seeing people.
Not seeing
I will
people.
actually have to back Mike up on this and say, yes, there was another gentleman down there in that same shirt.
Let's see. Darren is taking
That one?
What one?
No, there was another
Okay.
one, not the water boy.
That's not even who I was pointing at.
Darren is taking on the Casey Case role of being my tormentor, but Casey never actually gave me, came in and backed me up. But
Well, I got to give you some so you don't think I'm totally against you.
really, I wasn't thinking you're against me. I was thinking you're a.
Thank you.
You're
Well, you don't need to finish that sentence, Mike. I said, next week's going to be so much fun with you guys not being able to rebut on live broadcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll be in that YouTube comment section.
Nobody watches
Gene's
that.
going to have to see it.
I'm not. I'm going to have my phone on.
Gene's going to have
Won't
to
watch
see it.
Alvin.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah. Jump up in the air is a good
Oh.
way to.
Oh.
What was.
Somebody finished the block, and I'm surprised there wasn't a flag that came out as.
Here Phelps on the tackle.
So nice return. Going to get the ball
Yeah,
out to the 32.
Alvin's had two good returns coming to this side. One more block in there, and he'd pick up a lot more green
Yep.
grass. So that looks promising. You think of forward to next week's.
Hopefully, we don't have to return as many kicks next week, though. But the ones that we do return, I hope they end up at the 35 or the 32, if not further.
Now you're seeing a lot of white jerseys here for Ell Saline. So there's your final. They're finally subbing in
there's-
there, Mike.
There's some clean uniforms with some skinny arms hanging out of them.
You are correct. I've got a flag over here on this sideline right at the 30-yard line. Talk about it here. Seizure. Yeah.
Illegal formation, too many men in the backfield against the offense. Penalty will be declined. Goal the play.
All right. Going to bring up second down. Second 13.
Okay. Did you see the new defensive end on the outside for Ell Saline? If you can't see him, there's a reason. Holy. That is one tiny kid.
Yeah, on the far side. Number 12, 32. Okay.
32. You have a weight on him? Or
It says 5'2", 110. I think they weighed him in pads.
I think that's with the helmet on.
Oh, just play like you caught it. Oh.
He tried.
Yeah, he certainly did. Got it on the short hop there.
It 28-0. It's just too bad we couldn't have found a way to get a score.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
that alone, the mental breakthrough that helped the team with just to get on the scoreboard.
Third down and 13 again. We're to see if they can get something going here. Tackle made out
By
there
number 32.
by your guy, Darren.
Because he's so small, nobody could get a block on him.
Jake Hess
Yeah.
on the carry. Tackled by Trevor Peterson.
Well, again, we invite you to join us on the road next week. Also, these games are broadcast on Eagle TV Channel 20 on Sunday and Wednesday
That's the ball
evenings
game.
at 7 o'clock.
Score read, Ell Saline,
And final
28,
thoughts from you, Darren
Marion
Neufeld.
0.
Well, we said it all night. The defense actually played a really good, solid game till late in the third, fourth quarter when they just got tired and worn down because they were up against a bigger physical team. Offense just has to find a way to get something going. That's what it comes down to. The coaching staff's going to have to see what they can rework, see what they see on the film against Douglas, what Douglas might or might not have, and figure out a way to get some yards going. Because it seemed like in that second half, Roger mentioned it. Second half, we seem to always be playing behind the chains. We need 2nd and 5, not 2nd and 13, 3rd and 13. So that's what they really got to figure out a way to do. There at the end, special teams looked better, good. Punts looked fairly decent. So those are not areas that hurt us tonight. Really, what hurt us tonight was just the lack of not being able to get an offense rolling.
Jeremiah.
Football.
Yeah.
Rest up.
Roger Dodger.
I think and this is with any loss, you take your positive, you try to learn what you can. I think you will see some adjustments. The team that took the field tonight will look different next week. You get your senior leaders and Braden Mercer back, hopefully. Right, yeah. You got some guys dinged up. Hopefully they get healthy. I think you're going to see some changes down in the trenches, offensive line, maybe some changes there. And I think you look to take any positives you could from today. Like Darren mentioned, the defense playing well for the majority of the game until it was a fatigue issue, and then you had linemen out. But excited to see how these guys progress. We're going to always be hopeful that they continue to be able to play. This is such a weird time and an uncertain time with the current world that we live in. So I hope these guys get to continue to play. Hope everybody stays healthy. And that's it.
Well, we hope everybody will continue to watch as we try to give some coverage to our young high school students. And for Darren Newfield, Jeremiah Lang, Roger Schroeder, Clean Jane Winkless, Mike Powers saying, good night, Mr. Warrior fan. Good night, Kevin. Good night, Red. Good night, Gabby Gabbard.